The worst year to be alive, year 536. We often hear people talk about how one particular year is the worst because of small stuff like not liking a movie or their favourite team losing a trophy. But scientists and historians have come together and have realised that one year probably has the strongest claim as the worst year ever. Hello and welcome back to Eccentric History. Today we will be looking at the worst year to be alive, the year 536 AD. This single year saw a convergence of volcanic eruptions, extreme weather events, famines, plagues and the decline of empires, which left a lasting impact on societies across the globe. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Now let's unravel what happened in the year 536. Ominous darkness. In both literal and metaphorical terms, the year 536 has been considered by many as the darkest in human history. Several historical reports from many parts of the world describe the shadow and its effects. Byzantine historian Procopius described the sun as giving forth light without brightness, likening it to the moon. Also, he claimed that the sky was always dark. Similar to this, a Byzantine scribe named Michael the Syrian described an 18-month period of darkness with only approximately 4 hours of weak sunshine per day. The huge volcanic explosion that likely caused this darkness to spread ash and devastation over the world. The result of this sun-blocking effect was a sharp reduction in global temperatures, with the temperature of the Earth dropping by 1.6 to 2.5 degrees Celsius. The sudden climate change had a dramatic impact on agriculture, resulting in widespread crop failures and famines. It also caused unusual and extreme weather events, such as heavy frosts in the summer and snowfall in August in some regions. The Justinian Plague. The blocking of the sun and the dropping temperature led to famine and plague. But the sun's being blocked was not the only reason for the deaths of millions. A plague called the Justinian Plague, also known as the Plague of Justinian, was a devastating pandemic that swept through the Byzantine Empire and surrounding regions during the reign of Emperor Justinian I in the 6th century. Between 25 and 50 million people are said to have died as a result of the plague, which was a significant portion of the world's population at the time. The bacteria Yersinia pestis, which also caused the horrific Black Death that decimated Europe in the 14th century, was the cause of the Justinian Plague. The disease probably came from Central Asia or China and was brought to the Byzantine Empire by infected rats and their fleas that rode on trading caravans and merchant ships. The Justinian Plague had comparable signs to the bubonic plague, including fever, chills, weakness, and buboes, which are enlarged painful lymph nodes. Due to the disease's high fatality rate and quick spread, there was a lot of widespread social panic. The plague was also very stubborn. It didn't just end, instead it persisted for many years and left in breaks. The Justinian Plague had far-reaching consequences on the Byzantine Empire and the wider world. The loss of population weakened the empire's military, economic, and political stability, making it more vulnerable to foreign invasion and internal strife. Moreover, the plague may have contributed to the decline of urban life and trade in the Mediterranean region during the subsequent centuries. Extreme weather in China. In China, the extreme weather conditions during this time had devastating effects on the environment, agriculture, and society. These events contributed to widespread famine, social unrest, and significant changes in the country's history. Strange weather patterns including dust rain were experienced in China. The 6th century chronicle, the Nanshi, described a yellow ash-like substance that was falling from the sky as hui, or dust. Volcanic ash from the massive eruption could be to blame for this unusual occurrence. Although the precise cause of the dust storm is still unknown, it's clear that it had a negative influence on agriculture and the environment. China had unseasonal frost and extremely cold temperatures during this time. Rare summer-winter weather occurrences, such as frost in the middle of summer and snow in August, were mentioned in the Southern Dynasty's histories. These unforeseen cold waves had a terrible impact on agriculture since the frost killed off some crops. Xinjiao, for example, was subjected to severe famines that lasted for 2 years, resulting in the death of around 70% to 80% of the population. Volcanic eruptions and the Little Ice Age. we've talked about the extreme unusual climate conditions of 536 AD. These climates could be connected to the volcanic eruptions that occurred in the same time. The resulting climate disruptions played a significant role in triggering the so-called Late Antique Little Ice Age, a period of colder temperatures and widespread environmental and societal impacts. In 536 AD, at least 2 significant volcano eruptions took place, one in North America, possibly near Alaska, and another in Iceland or El Salvador. Massive volumes of sulfur dioxide and volcanic ash were blasted into the atmosphere during these eruptions. The aerosols created a significant shift in worldwide climate patterns by obstructing sunlight and lowering average global temperatures. The Earth's climate significantly cooled during the Late Antique Little Ice Age, which lasted from 536 to 660 AD. The volcanic eruptions in the year 536 played a critical role in the onset of this period, with the volcanic ash and sulfur dioxide causing a significant reduction in incoming sunlight. Lower temperatures and shorter growing seasons were the results. In the subsequent years, there was a global decline in agricultural productivity. The decline in empires. The year 536 AD marked a turning point for many empires and societies around the world, as extreme weather events and climate disruptions led to widespread turmoil. The global cooling caused by volcanic eruptions not only affected agricultural production and economies but also contributed to the decline of several major empires. The Roman Empire was not the only empire that experienced turmoil. The Sasanian Empire, which dominated Persia and parts of the Middle East, also experienced significant challenges during this period. The climate disruptions of the 6th century led to agricultural decline and resource scarcity, which in turn contributed to internal strife and a weakened military. The empire eventually fell to the Islamic Caliphate in the mid-7th century, in part due to the cumulative effects of the climate and social upheavals of the previous century. The worst year confirmed. The worst year in human history was 536 AD, according to both contemporary scientific studies and historical evidence. Scientists have a wealth of knowledge about the Earth's climate history thanks to the information found in ice core data from Greenland and Antarctica. These samples show layers of sulfate and volcanic ash deposits that date to around 536 AD. Researchers have been able to comprehend the extent of global cooling and its effects on agriculture, economies, and cultures at the time thanks to this evidence, coupled with climate models and studies. Further proof of the catastrophic consequences of the significant weather events and climatic disruptions in 536 AD may be found in contemporary historical reports from different parts of the world. Chronicles from the Middle East, Asia, and Europe describe periods of darkness, cold temperature, and widespread suffering. Archaeological finds have also helped to confirm the severity of the year 536 AD. The remains of settlements and artifacts uncovered by researchers reveal signs of population decline, societal disruption, and economic hardship during this time. In some cases, the physical evidence of famine, such as malnutrition in human remains, offers a stark reminder of the struggles faced by communities across the globe. Conclusion. As we've seen throughout this video, 536 AD was a year marked by unprecedented challenges and hardships. From the mysterious dark skies to devastating plagues, extreme weather events, and the decline of powerful empires, this year stands out as the most difficult in human history. As we continue to explore and learn from our past, we can draw inspiration from the resilience of our ancestors who lived through the worst year in history. Their experiences remind us that even in the darkest times, there is hope for the future, and that we too can overcome the challenges we face today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. We'll see you soon.